The Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture present Thoroughbred Week with John Henderson. Also presented by Adena Springs South, Daily Racing Form, Double Diamond Farm, Gulfstream Park, Jerry Parks Insurance Group, Lamb South, Ocala Breeders Sales Company, and Tampa Bay Downs.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Thoroughbred Week, featuring 7 graded stakes from Gulfstream Park, including a showdown between undefeated Kentucky Derby prospects in the Grade 1 Florida Derby. We begin with turf sprinters at Santa Anita in the Grade 3 San Simeon Stakes. Guns loaded, the 8-5 favorite. Michael Rona picks up the call.
Thundering down to the quarter pole in the San Simeon Stakes. Guns loaded, Mr. Sexy are the 2 leaders. Bejarano with a good grip on the favourite. Outside Nashville just wandering a little bit wide over the dirt crossing. No Silent to his inside. Next is Cape Wolf as they come past the 8th pole. Hey Dude at the head of the others. Guns loaded's the leader moving past Mr. Sexy. 2 lengths clear then of No Silent. Followed by Cape Wolf threading between horses. Hey Dude at the head of the others. But Guns Loaded is the leader. 1.5 lengths. Cape Wolf is running on strongly. But Guns Loaded makes it 3 wins in a row. Beating Cape Wolf by a length.
Guns Loaded continues his winning streak officially by 1.25 lengths over Cape Wolf. Rafael Bejarano aboard the Florida bred in 1:13-1. The Doug O'Neill trainee was coming off a victory in the Joe Hernandez Stakes over the course and trip. Guns Loaded changed hands to the claim box 3 times last year, most recently being haltered by WestsideRentals.com and partners for $32,000 at Los Alamitos in December. A $25,000 OBS August yearling turned $175,000 OBS April 2-year-old. Guns Loaded has earned $406,000. The 5-year-old gelding by DeWildcat was bred in Florida by Equest Thoroughbreds Incorporated. Florida breds, race him or chase him. To Gulfstream Park for the Grade 3 Skip-Away Stakes. Valid, the 2-5 favorite. Larry Comas has the call.
Into the turn, Valid on top, 3/4 length. Savoy Stomp on the outside. Team Colors just in behind horses, needs a place to go. Ender's Cat starts to retreat along the rail, and then comes He's in Front and Rich Daddy, 3/4 up in 1:12-2. Coming toward the top of the stretch, and Valid will turn for home on the lead. Team Colors with a clear shot at Valid as they turn for home. Nick Juarez and Valid coming down to the 8th pole, trying to fend off the challenge of John Velasquez and Team Colors, who are 1.5 lengths behind. Valid down to the 16th pole in front. Team Colors doing his best, but Valid's better, and Valid takes the skip away.
Odds-on favorite Valid, the winner by 1 3/4 lengths over Team Colors. Nick Juarez aboard the Keeneland Sells Graduate in 1:48-2. Runner-up to M. Shawish in the Grade 1 Don Handicap. Valid was last seen finishing a troubled 3rd in the Grade 2 Gulfstream Park Handicap. The 6-year-old gelding by Medalla d'Oro was bred in Virginia by Edward Evans and originally sold for $500,000 at the Keeneland September yearling sale. Cross Sabers Farm acquired the racing prospect for $115,000 as a maiden 3-year-old. Trained by Marcus Vitale, Valid has earned $1.1 million. Valid paid $280 to win and is the Malone's favorite of the week, presented by Malone's, Lexington's favorite steakhouse. Watch Thoroughbred Week replays online at tbredweek.com.
Standing at Crestwood Farm is Jack Milton, the only Grade 1 winning son of leading sire Warfront to retire to stud in 2016. He blazed a mile in 1:33 flat, winning the Poker Stakes at Belmont Park, and easily won the Grade 1 Makers 46 mile at Keeneland. From a tremendous female family, his first 3 dams are sired by precocious 2-year-olds on dirt. A commercial pedigree, Jack Milton's full sister sold for $1.9 million at Keeneland November.
Claiborne Farm presents Algorithms. The son of Bernardini was undefeated, including a dominant 5-length victory over champion Hansen in the Holy Bull. Full or half-brother to 4 graded stakes winners, Algorithms has the pedigree, the speed, and the class to become the next star in this sensational sire line. His first crop 2-year-olds have posted lightning-fast breeze times and sales up to $180,000. Algorithms at Claiborne Farm.
A Florida bred. He is not just a racehorse. He is our heart. He is our toil and sweat. He soaks up the bright sunshine, becoming mighty and strong. He feasts on our abundant grass. and drinks our mineral-rich water. He is a way of life, our champion. His excellence brings us chills as he competes, inspiring us to greatness. He is our purpose, our soul. He is a Florida bred.
There's a new day dawning in Florida. Never before has a Breeders' Cup Classic winner retired to stud in the Sunshine State. Until now. Adena Springs presents three-time Grade 1 winner and earner of over $4 million, Fort Larned. New to Adena Springs South.
Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish. Florida produced Breeders' Cup Classic winner Mucho Macho Man. Florida is one of the premier breeding regions and training centers in the world. We are a leading prep center for Derby winners and contenders. We boast of premier veterinary research centers and 3 major racetracks. Florida has the largest 2-year-old in training sale in the world, selling horses 6 times annually. Florida is proudly represented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association. Sunny Florida produces champions from start to finish.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with turf racing from Gulfstream Park in this segment. We begin with Distaff Turf Milers and the Grade 2 Honey Fox Stakes. Bill Mott sent out 2 starters, including 2-1 favorite Lady Laura. Larry Comas has the call.
48 and 2 half-mile for Celestine and Mississippi Delta, who are a neck apart moving for the far turn. Elusive Collection continues to track them while Sandiva saves ground and Lady Lara moves 3 wide. She comes now on the far outside. Tammy the Torpedo is next, and a little bit sassy trails the field as Celestine takes him to the top of the stretch. 3/4, 112 and 4. Celestine off the turn in front. Mississippi Delta runs at her on the outside. Celestine a length. Mississippi Delta tries to stick with her, but Celestine kicks away by 2. Celestine by 3. Mississippi Delta, Sandiva, and Elusive Collection far behind Celestine, who wires them into Honey Fox.
Celestine takes the field gate to wire to defeat Mississippi Delta by 3 1/4 lengths. Junior Alvarado aboard the Keeneland Sells graduate in 136 flat. A 3-time stakes winner last season, the Bill Mott trainee faded to 3rd in the Sand Springs Stakes over the course and trip in her seasonal debut. The 4-year-old filly by Scat Daddy was bred in Kentucky by Phoenix Rising Farms and was a $100,000 Keeneland September yearling. After being bought back for $975,000 at the OBS June 2-year-old sale, Celestine has earned nearly $410,000 for Phaedra's Flights, LLC. Derby Dan Farms tag in Shackelford, the only American Classic winner at stud from the Stormcat sire line. A 3-time Grade 1 winner of more than $3 million, Shackelford won the Preakness Stakes at 3, the Met Mile and Clark Handicap at 4. Watch for Shackelford's first crop 2-year-olds selling at the upcoming OBS April sale. Next, fillies and mares in the Grade 3 Orchid Stakes at 1 3/8 over the Gulfstream turf. Photo Call, the even money favorite. Once again, here's Larry Comas.
Up the backstretch. Photo Call out there by 1 3/4. Quiet Kitten continues to track in 2nd. Then Pretty and Sweet 3rd on the outside. Suffused is down toward the rail. And right there in between horses, My Sweet Girl is there. 1.5 lengths farther back to Song of Ice and Fire. Then Maximova, Crizol not keeping up, and Ignaha at the back. Around the far turn, still Photo Call. Photo Call rambling along on the lead here by 1.5 lengths. My Sweet Girl on the outside. Down toward the inside is Suffused, and Suffused is going to be angled off the rail by Jose Lescano to try to come and get this front runner into the final furlong. Photo Call by 2.5. Suffused is into 2nd, and Maximova's 3rd on the inside. Photo Call drifting out through the stretch, but still clear. Late run from Song of Ice and Fire, who's charging through on the inside, but Photo Call holds on.
Photo Call holds off the late charge of Song of Ice and Fire by 3/4 length. A 1-2 finish by Keeneland Sells graduates. The meet's leading rider Javier Castellano up in 2:16 and 1. Castellano teaming up with 13-time leading Gulfstream trainer Todd Pletcher for the victory. Winner of the Grade 1 Rodeo Drive Stakes for Graham Motion last year, the Irish-bred 5-year-old mare by Galileo finished 4th to champion Tepin in the Grade 3 Endeavor Stakes in her first start for Pletcher and Team Viola Racing Stable. Purchased for $3 million at the 2015 Keeneland November sale, Photo Call has earned $526,000. Access Thoroughbred Week online every Saturday on Thoroughbred Daily News at thetdn.com. Male turf milers in the Grade 3 Appleton Stakes forced the pass, the 5-2 favorite. Again, here's Larry Comas.
Force the pass, a neck in front of Long on Value. Reporting Star third to the outside. Divisi Darrow in the midst of his run now, and here he goes on the far outside. Sky Captain is next. All Included is down on the inside, being ridden along to go. With Exaltation is next, and they're coming to the top of the stretch, and it's Force the Pass and Divisi Darrow on the outside. Between those two, Reporting Star is third, then Long on Value. Force the Pass coming down to the final 16th. On the outside, Reporting Star, Divisi Darrow down the center of the course. Here's Reporting Star, and Reporting Star wins the Appleton.
Reporting Star gets up to defeat Divisi Darrow by half a length, with the favorite Force the Pass ahead back in third. Luis Saez aboard the Florida bred in 135-2, a 102 Beyer speed figure. Runner-up in the Sunshine Millions Turf in his seasonal debut, the veteran turf star was making his first start for Marybelle Stables and trainer Brendan Walsh. Previous owner, Copper Water Thoroughbred Company, acquired the winner privately as a 3-year-old. Reporting Star has earned $738,000. The 6-year-old gelding by Circular Key was bred in Florida by Gilbert Campbell. Florida breds, race him or chase him. Next, the Marathon Grade 2 Pan American Stakes. Grand Tito, the 9-5 favorite. Again, here's Larry Comas.
On to the backstretch. Seeking Alpha, Luis Saez, a length and a half in front, with Grand Tito running in second now and just to the outside of the leader, cutting the gap to 3/4 of a length. Then Jay Gatsby to the inside. Hello Don Julio. Zavarian is right there between those two. A length and a half to St. Albans Boy. And then it's Kaigun, Wake Forest, and Oprado Ole. They make their way for the far turn, and they are in pursuit of Seeking Alpha, who continues to lead the way. And Grand Tito gets closer. Now these two are side by side up front. Hello Don Julio next. Jay Gatsby just one off the rail. Zavarian's in between horses. Then St. Albans Boy and Kaigun. Wake Forest in behind them. It is wide open at the top of the stretch. Grand Tito takes the lead. It's Grand Tito in front. Jay Gatsby, Zavarian up the rail. Wake Forest is closing in. Kaigun is there on the far outside. And here comes Kaigun now. Kaigun and Wake Forest, and they've gone by Grand Tito late. Wake Forest and Kaigun, these two come down to the wire. Wake Forest and Kaigun. Kaigun did it today.
Kaigun rallies to defeat Wake Forest by a head, with Grand Tito fading to third. Joe Bravo up in 229-1. Kaigun turns the tables on Grand Tito after finishing second to the race favorite in the Grade 2 McDermott Stakes. The Mark Cassey trainee gets his first victory since he won the Grade 2 Seabiscuit handicap 16 months ago. The Ontario-bred 6-year-old gelding by Northern Fleet was a $37,000 yearling. Kaigun has earned $1,361,000 for Gary Barber, Quintessential Racing Florida, and Horse and Around Racing Stable. Joe Bravo with the Safe Ride of the Week, presented by Sally Horse Fans, the safest way to the winner's circle. Spendthrift Farms Malibu Moon, AP Indy's leading sire, 7 years running. Malibu Moon has 2 of his top 3-year-olds in action at Keeneland, with Karina Mia in the Grade 1 Ashland Stakes and Donegal Moon running in the Grade 1 Bluegrass Stakes. Spendthrift wishes best of luck to the connections of both.
Malibu Moon has outshined every son of preeminent sire of sires AP Indy for 7 years running. Ranking among the top 10 general sires again in 2015, Malibu Moon is highlighted by exciting runners like 2-year-old filly Karina Mia.
Karina Mia still in front, 1-length lead, and she's on to victory in the Goldenrod.
When selecting a top-level stallion, consistency is the key. Look to the moon. Malibu Moon.
In the business of breeding horses, timing is everything. Making ovulation more predictable, Sucromate Equine takes the guesswork out of scheduling breedings. Sucromate is the only FDA-approved deslorelin product indicated for inducing ovulation within 48 hours of treatment. Sucromate is safe, reliable, and results from a large field-based study show Sucromate provides a higher ovulation rate than any other product. Streamline your breeding season with Sucromate Equine.
OBS April, the 2-year-old source of 153 stakes horses with 108 stakes wins since January 1st, 2015, including Breeders' Cup winner Stephanie's Kitten, Grade 1 turf star Gabriel Charles, and Grade 1 winning sprinter Wild Dude. Over 1,200 juveniles have been cataloged for the OBS Spring Sale, April 19th through 22nd. The undertax shows will span 6 days, beginning April 11th. OBS, we measure success by performance.
Mucho Macho Man coming with giant strides.
To honor and serve. At 2, the second highest weighted colt of his generation.
In the Remsen.
A winner of 3 races in 4 starts. At 3, winner of the Grade 1 Cigar Mile against older horses. At 4, won the Woodward Stakes.
Honor and serve would not let Mucho Macho Man by.
To honor and serve. Bernardini's most accomplished son.
Don't you know Hail Marys are long shots? But even a long shot can be a winner, like at Tampa Bay Downs. Because at Tampa Bay Downs, well, jockey?
At Tampa Bay Downs, you can have a lot of fun, maybe win a little money, watching the horses run.
Awesome. Grandstand admission is free on weekdays and only $2 on weekends. So you think you can catch a race or 2?
Yeah, maybe a long shot will pay off for me.
Tampa Bay Downs, live it up at the Downs.
Now a Florida Thoroughbred history moment. Founded in 1956, Ocala Stud is the oldest active thoroughbred farm in Florida and a pioneer in the thoroughbred industry. The landmark Ocala Stud's message is simply put, if you want a runner, look to Ocala Stud. Ocala Stud revolutionized the worldwide industry, creating 2-year-old in training sales. Now represented by the 3rd generation of the O'Farrell family, the farm's reputation as a top producer of thoroughbreds makes them a symbol of excellence. This has been a Florida Thoroughbred history moment.
Welcome back to Thoroughbred Week with the long shot winner of the Grade 3 Spiral Stakes coming up in this segment. 3-year-old stakes action is presented by BC2A Paste. Reduce the likelihood of tying up with BC2A Paste. We begin with 3-year-old fillies at Turfway Park in the Grade 3 Bourbonette Oaks. Marquee Miss, the 3-to-1 favorite. Here's the new voice of Turfway Park, Jimmy McNerney.
The first half, 47 seconds, and it's Wonderment who's led him throughout. Still pressed to the outside, Marquee Miss. Through from the inside comes Moonlit Meteor to the outside. American Doll, and still continue to make good headway. Inconclusive as they straighten for the stretch drive, but nobody's yet to get to Wonderment. Marquee Miss lugging in badly back in second. Still running on from the back. American Doll, deep stretch here. Wonderment has turned back all challengers. Wonderment goes by the 16th pole with 3 to the good. Inconclusive is running on for the minor awards, but it's all over up front. Wonderment in a wire-to-wire score to take the Bourbonette Oaks in front by about 4 in the end.
Wonderment takes the field gate to wire to defeat Inconclusive by 3 3/4 lengths. Cornelio Velasquez aboard the New York bred in 139 flat. The Kenny McPeak trainee won the first 2 starts of her career at Belmont Park, including the Lindbrook Stakes. 3rd in Stakes Company at Aqueduct in her 3-year-old debut, she becomes a graded stakes winner in her first start around 2 turns and against Open Company. The filly by Cosmonaut was bred in New York by Michael Landers and was a $24,000 weanling. Wonderment has earned $181,000 from Magdalena Racing and Chris Sturbins. DRF Breeding, home of the new sire-powered results tool. Access race results from North America. Visit drf.com/breeding for additional information. Next, the Grade 2 Gulfstream Park Oaks. Undefeated off the tracks, the 4-5 favorite, Larry Comas has the call.
Paula Queen on top a length and a half here. To Go Maggie Go running in second position up the backstretch. The half is up in 46 3/5 seconds. These two are right together on the lead, and Hold On Mama is just to the outside of them in 3rd. Off the tracks follows in 4th, moving around the far turn and now being ridden for more speed. John Velasquez asking off the track. She's starting to make a run though on the far outside. Gomo is just in behind horses with 3 lengths to make up, and off the tracks has hit the front as they come toward the top of the stretch. Go Maggie Go trying to stick with her, and she's doing it as they come at the top of the lane here. Paula Queen follows in 3rd and cuts the corner. Gomo's got work to do. They're into the stretch, and Go Maggie Go is holding on to this lead from off the tracks. Paula Queen is down on the inside. Go Maggie Go's got it close to home. It is Go Maggie Go. Paula Queen and off the tracks. Go Maggie Go wins the Gulfstream Park Oaks.
Go Maggie Go by Adina Spring Stallion Ghost Sapper defeats Paula Queen by 2 1/4 lengths. One of 3 winners on the card for Luis Saez. Time of the race 1:43 3. Only the second start for Go Maggie Go, who broke her maiden by 4 lengths, sprinting 6 furlongs over the track in March. The winner was bred in Kentucky by her owner, Mike Tarp. Go Maggie Go has earned nearly $176,000. Dale Romans trains the winner. For all your insurance needs, a specialist at Jerry Parks Insurance Group is there to assist you with 40 years of exceptional coverage. Look for Jerry Parks, John Cassie, or Kelly Weeks at the OBS April 2-year-old sale. Back to Turfway Park for the Grade 3 Spiral Stakes. Aero Force, the 2-1 favorite. Once again, here's Jimmy McNerney.
Half mile 48-1, and on the inside it's Rayless, to the outside Azar. These two nip and tuck to the outside. There's Jensen in the center of the track. Here comes Oscar nominated Cassiopeia, finally found that seam, and Surgical Strike starting to run on from the back as they reach the top of the lane, and it's Rayless, been there every step of the way. Azar attacks to the outside. Here's Oscar nominated coming down the center of the track. Jensen had to take up, and Surgical Strike has kicked it into top gear, and down the stretch they roll. It's Surgical Strike to the outside. Oscar nominated still there. Azar fighting on down to the wire. Oscar nominated puts the nose in front, and Oscar nominated takes the Spiral Stakes by a nose.
23-1 Oscar nominated takes the blanket finish officially by a neck over Azar. Ryan Hernandez Jr., the winning jockey, in 151 flat. Kenneth and Sarah Ramsey claimed the winner for $75,000 at Belmont Park last fall. And Oscar nominated has been either first or second in 5 starts for the Ramseys and trainer Mike Maker. The colt by Kitten's Joy was bred in Kentucky by Mrs. Jerry Emmerman. Oscar nominated has earned nearly $372,000. Ramsey would like to start the winner in the Kentucky Derby, but the colt has never run on dirt, and he would have to be supplemented at the cost of $200,000. Coming up, an East versus West showdown in the Florida Derby.
But Bahamian Squall has won the Sunshine State.
Bahamian Squall in front from Trinity-Burg, Jackson Bend 4 outside. It's Bahamian Squall to win the Smile.
Since Florida's first Kentucky Derby winner, Needles, in 1956, Florida has produced 50 national champions,
the 11th Triple Crown winner,
13 classic winners, 155 millionaires, memorable performances, and 26 Breeders' Cup winners. Produce your next champion in Florida.
You know, I like Fed Biz.
It's got a lot of things to like. This horse has a stallion's pedigree. It's an exceptionally good family as a stallion prospect. Physically, you can't really fault him.
He's a more compact, well-made, American-type horse.
Beautifully balanced horse. He's got a very intelligent head. He's a perfect package.
This horse has a great shot.
I think he's got a big shot at making it. Love his chances as a stallion.
For nearly half a century, the Northern Dancer sire line has dominated thoroughbred breeding. Galileo has earned his place among the breed-shaping sires from that lineage.
They're into the stretch. Magician is trying to come late.
Now, his best son in North America
On the far outside, Magician.
will carry on the legacy.
And Magician runs down the fugue.
Time now for the feature race of the week, presented by Keeneland, investing in racing's future since 1936. To Gulfstream Park for the 65th running of the Grade 1 Florida Derby. The race was billed as a showdown between two undefeated colts, with Mohaymen, the 4-5 favorite, and champion Nyquist, the 6-5 second choice. Here's the call by Larry Colmus.
They're off in the Florida Derby. And Nyquist had a beautiful start. Chovanes is away with speed on the outside. Sawyer's Mickey came out running in third, and Mohaymen is right there, but caught wide into that turn. 4 deep for Mohaymen into the first turn. And then a long shot coping away, who's in between horses. Mahesto is down on the inside. Take It to the Edge will have to come off the pace here. 4 lengths off the lead early on. A break of 2.5 to Isofast, who races to the outside of Fashionable Freddie, while Fellowship is last early. The first quarter was in 23 3/5 seconds, and Nyquist will lead the field onto the back stretch of the Florida Derby. Nyquist a half length in front of Chovanes. Sawyer's Mickey is next, and Mohaymen is right there in fourth, outside of horses 2 lengths off the lead and not far behind at all up the back stretch. And then in between horses is Coping Away. Take It to the Edge. Mahesto on the inside. Fashionable Freddie right alongside of Fellowship. Isofast, last of them all, 6 lengths off the lead after a 47 flat half mile. So Nyquist is a half mile from home in the Florida Derby and leads it by a neck. Sawyer's Mickey on the inside. There goes Mohaymen now. Mohaymen is moving on the outside of horses. Coping Away is in fourth, and then comes Mahesto. Around the far turn, and here's the battle. It is Nyquist in front, and Mohaymen has moved up into second on the outside. And the two of them will come toward the top of the stretch together. 3/4 in 1, 11 and 1. And they're into the stretch, and it's Nyquist and Mohaymen in their bi-coastal battle at the top of the stretch. On the inside is Mahesto in third. Nyquist has moved away. Mohaymen has no answer today. On the inside is Mahesto, and then comes Fellowship. Nyquist drifting out to the center of the track, but he's far in front. And Nyquist is still unbeaten. He has won the Florida Derby.
Nyquist by Coolmore America's stallion Uncle Mo becomes the heavy favorite for the Kentucky Derby, easily winning by 3 1/4 lengths over 21-1 Modesto. A 1-2 finish by Keeneland Sales graduates. Mario Gutierrez aboard in 149 flat. In his only other start outside of California, Nyquist capped off his Eclipse Award-winning 2-year-old campaign with a victory in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile at Keeneland. And the champion colt opened his 3-year-old season with a sharp victory in the Grade 2 San Vicente Stakes. A $400,000 2-year-old, Nyquist has earned $2,322,000 for Redham Racing, plus a $1 million bonus for winning the Florida Derby. The future champion was bred in Kentucky by Summerhill Farm and was consigned by Paramount Sales to the 2013 Keeneland November sale, where he was acquired by Madison Farm for $180,000. 10 months later, the colt was consigned by Drummond Farm to the 2014 Keeneland September yearling sale, where he was purchased by Sutton Place Stable for $230,000. Undefeated Kentucky Derby favorite Nyquist, the Keeneland Sales graduate of the week. We'll see you next week here on Thoroughbred Week.
Thoroughbred Week is presented by the Florida Thoroughbred Breeders and Owners Association and the Florida Department of Agriculture. Online at tbredweek.com.